I'm going to show you how to conjugate Japanese sentences with Japanese the game. I'm going to start with the easiest kind, an adjective conjugation. In Japanese, you conjugate your adjectives because your adjectives are predicates that end sentences. If you get the instructions for this game, that'll make a little more sense, but I'll simplify. When you say an adjective in Japanese, by default, it's like present tense. This sentence says gamera ga subayai. Gamera is a giant turtle monster. Ga marks gamera as the subject of the sentence, and the subayai means is fast. But we all know that gamera is not fast as monsters go. He doesn't fly through the air or anything like that. He is a turtle. So we're going to conjugate it to gamera ga subayaku nai. And to do that, it's very simple. We just take an adjective conjugation card and put it right after the adjective. And this shows you that this last syllable, I, at the end of subayai, becomes kunai instead. This is all explained a little more thoroughly in the instructions, but to put it simply, all you have to do to make gamera ga subayai, gamera is fast, into gamera is not fast, is to say, instead of gamera ga subayai, you say gamera ga subaya kunai. That's a Japanese conjugation. Pretty simple, pretty straightforward. Let me see, you're getting a little glare on that. I'll scoot this over a little. Maybe zoom in some more. Okay. Alright, so the next conjugation we're going to do is to make something into a polite invitation. When monsters are devouring Tokyo, we want some help. We want some help from the tanks. So we can make a sentence, the tanks help too. So the tank here, sensha, it's like war car if you translate it directly, is marked as the subject of the sentence, but not only as the subject, he's one of many. When we say sensha mo taskeru, that means the tank also helps. Taskeru means help. But we want to conjugate this because we're inviting the tanks to help. We can say sensha mo taskemashou. And all that we have to do in this case is very much like modifying an adjective. We take the last syllable of taskeru off and we change it to mashou. Now this can be used, this verb conjugation can be used on Ichidan verbs like this one. See, that's an Ichidan verb. And it conjugates a certain way. But to conjugate a Godan verb, I'm going to have to give you another example because they are different. Anyhow, all you have to do is change sensha mo taskeru to sensha mo taskemashou. And that means, alright, tanks, let's help too. Alright. So, third and final, I'm going to conjugate a Godan verb for you. It's just a slightly different conjugation method. This says kaiju wa Tokyo o kuyarasu. And that means monsters as the subject of the sentence, Tokyo is the object of the sentence, and kuyarasu, devour, is the verb. So, monsters devour Tokyo. This is how you can say that in Japanese. Kaiju wa Tokyo o kuyarasu. And if you want to change a Godan verb like this one, you need to use a Godan conjugation table card, and you find the last syllable here, which is su, and you line it up with this su on here. So you're going to get used to reading some hiragana. This is only a few that you'll need to notice, and it's really just a matching game. And then after that, you line this up. Now this says, when we're conjugating for negative polite, we need to find base I. That's what that says. Base I right there means base I, and then we add masen. So base I is a column on this card here. It says it right here, base I, okay? And I hope you can see that. Well, it looks like you can see that. I'm going to scoot this over. So what you see here is that we've taken kuyarasu, and instead of just hacking off the last syllable, we've changed the last syllable from su to shi. That's how this table card works. That's explaining the instructions as well, but just to demonstrate. Now we know that instead of kuyarasu, it's kuyarashimasen. This says base I plus masen. So, instead of saying monsters devour Tokyo, we are now saying monsters do not devour Tokyo. And we're saying it politely. This is a negative polite conjugation. Kaiju wa Tokyo o kuyarashimasen means monsters do not devour Tokyo. The tanks, let's also help. You're inviting the tanks to help, like as one of them. Alright, tanks, let's help too. Gamera ga subayaku nai. Gamera is not fast. So those are the 3 conjugations that you learn in the conjugations expansion. I hope that makes sense. Ask me any questions. Thanks.